I read on Apple Books on my iPhone for the longest time, and I had gotten so accustomed to it and liked it so much that I didn't think a Kindle was necessary. And let me tell you that that opinion couldn't be further from the truth. So let's go over the true comparison on reading on your phone compared to reading on a Kindle. So first of all, let's talk about the lack of distractions. Now, it's completely true that on your phone, you could put Do Not Disturb if you want, but you're still gonna have every single app there that you don't necessarily want when you're reading. I mean, I don't know about all of you, but for me, reading is kind of a peace moment. I don't want to be thinking or speaking to anybody else. I just want to be focused on my book and trying to absorb as much knowledge as I can. Now, obviously, that's my case. I read nonfiction, but if you do read fiction, then you're going to want to be as immersed as possible in that story that you're reading. And if that's the case, you're going to want no distractions. I think that's one of the biggest selling points that the Kindle has, apart from its screen. So taking a look at the screen, I'm just going to try to put up some clips right now so that you guys could see for yourself how it actually looks. But it is night and day different on what the Kindle can offer you instead of a phone or even an iPad. The biggest issue for me, for example, was that I don't like using physical books because I like to read whenever. I don't necessarily want to have the lights on. If I want to read in my bed at night before sleeping, that's something I want to be able to do. I don't want to have to rely on a flashlight or turning the lights on. It was because of that reason that I started reading on my phone. But when it comes nighttime and every single light is off, and the only thing you have on is that incredibly blue light filled iPhone screen, you'll see how truly exhausting it is on your eyes to be reading like that for long periods of time. It just isn't something that's sustainable. And after a little bit, your eyes are going to start to hurt. And yeah, of course, you can either put the phone into a really orangey night shift or even put the brightness down. But at that point, you're not even going to be able to see anything that you're reading because it's so dark and orange. On the other hand, the Kindle's LCD screen is something that I had never seen before owning the Kindle. There's a lot of people that like to read books outside by the pool, and it's one of the best ways for relaxing. And I completely agree. But when you're out in the sun with your iPhone, you can't really do much because you can't read what's on the screen. The Kindle completely takes that away though, and it's something that's so incredible because whether inside or outside, there's no issue. You can still see everything on the Kindle screen perfectly. Not only that, but battery life is also one of the really big things that pushed me towards getting the Kindle, and always needing to be careful around using too much battery through reading or trying to read in my phone not having enough battery pushed me towards getting the Kindle, whose battery lasts a few weeks at most, and if not, you're at least gonna get 1 or 2 weeks out of it on a regular 100% charge. What would happen to me many times is that I'd leave the house with my phone on 100%, but when either in the car, on the bus, train, or something similar, I'd start reading. And although reading doesn't necessarily take up much battery on your iPhone, since you are using data or something similar to get data from every single other app on your phone, then that's what uses a lot of the battery life. And what would happen is I would end up leaving my house with 100%, and then after reading for a little bit, that battery would be significantly depleted. And if you're going to somewhere where you need a lot of battery, let's say you're going hiking, you're going outside, or you're just simply not going to have a charger with you, that issue of not having the battery, like I said, is something that really pushed me towards buying the Kindle. I think if you are an avid reader, no matter what you think about Kindles, you should try one out. Because before buying one, I thought it was pretty much just the same. If I'm reading on my phone, what's the difference of reading on a Kindle? I'm still reading on a screen. But once you have both of those in hand, you really get to see the difference in both of them. If you guys do want to go ahead and buy a Kindle, I'm going to leave an affiliate link in the description so you guys can go ahead and get one. I am also going to put a card on screen so that you guys could see my Kindle review that I did a few weeks back and what I actually think about it. And with that being said, if you guys do have any positive or negative feedback that you want to let me know, just leave it in the comments down below and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.